What's up, everybody? Welcome to Screamy Day 7 once again, day 39. They're getting sporadic now as things are happening throughout the week. How you doing? I am restless and anxious. That's where I'm at. There's like just too much shit going on. Yeah. Well, we are moving in less than a month now. Flynn, thank you for 4 years. Very much appreciated. Yeah. Moving in less than a month. Um, some stuff is packed now, but there's still a lot to do. So much to do. Not to mention the actual moving process itself is gonna be. I probably won't be tearing my setup down until a day or two before. It's gonna be one of the last things, I think. And I'm just not sure about the future, I guess. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I know what's supposed to happen, but I don't know what things are going to be like. The place we're going to needs a lot of work, so it might be pretty horrible at first. And it's also, I wouldn't call it ideal, you know. But for what it is, it's certainly great. I just don't know, man. I'm tired of anxiety. I'm so tired of anxiety. I just want to relax. And I want to do things. I want to make things, and I'm so kind of mixed up on that too. I feel like I don't know. I became speechless suddenly. I don't want to say that the streams have been bad or anything, but it certainly feels like it's been on a bit of a downswing for a bit, and I want to change stuff up maybe somehow. I don't know exactly how yet. Loki, thank you for 15 months. Thank you, I appreciate that. No, I know that. That's the thing that makes me think about this stuff the most. Is like we have this really good community, and I value that so very much. Like partly, showing up here every single day. It's not like it's not equivalent, but it's I think as important to me as it is to everybody who shows up every day. Um, I think that's just how it is when you do when you do something every single day for 7 years, right? But yeah, I really want to keep doing content creation. I need to figure out exactly what the hell I'm going to be doing. I'm still very much thinking about trying to get back into doing videos again. I have not done it for a very, very long time now. and I don't know what it would be, but it wouldn't be what I am known for. I know that. Well, I'm not talking about it in the sense of like trying to escape Twitch. Look, here's the thing. I've been streaming on this site for the entirety of Stream a Day. And it would be dishonest to say that I don't have some feelings about that I don't have some attachment to this place. You know? Now, that's not to say that I don't want to explore other avenues just in case, considering how things have been lately, but I'm not looking to just abandon what we've built here. Although I've kind of deleting all clips and VODs kind of felt like that a little. That felt bad and weird and irritating. Well, so if I were gonna do some sort of video content, I'm fucking weird. That's my goddamn problem. I'm a fucking weirdo, dude. Dudes, dudettes, people. I'm fucking weird. I think that's what makes the stream kind of odd. You know, you kind of, even though I show up every single day, you don't really always know what you're going to get. I guess I would say what I mean by weird is I'm saying that I'm inconsistent. The stuff that I'm interested in pulls me in a lot of different directions. And so it's kind of odd to think about like content creation in a vague way for me. Well, so to be honest with you, regarding my existing channel, I don't really know what's right to do because my channel is clearly it's a dead channel. Shelter in place, yeah. That's, I mean, we're planning on just going into that place like a bunker and never exit again. The outside is dead to me. I think that there's probably like some YouTube metagaming shit of like if you have a channel that's fucking dead that you probably have to start a fresh one because algorithm something or other, I don't know, but I don't really want to do that. But of course, that may curse whatever I do going forward from forever. I have no idea. Maybe yes, maybe no. Yeah. Well, so partly I want to do that, right? Because I've listened to a lot of people talk about the problems with Twitch and the problems with streaming, how Twitch doesn't have any sort of discoverability really, not in the way that something like a YouTube does. And if you want to have any sort of growth at all, you need to lean on some other platform like YouTube. So that's why a lot of streamers have this duality where they stream on Twitch or whatever and they do supercuts like you're saying on YouTube, that kind of thing, because that will provide them, you know, if you have a living channel, that will bring in new people who then end up coming to your stream, maybe. But it's problematic because when I think about what I'd like to do, I kind of sort of want to be in the vein of kind of Whisper Dan in that territory, but not quite so academic. A little bit looser and more comedic, where I'm kind of going through, because you know we have this huge collection of shit, and one of the things about it that attracted me to collecting a lot of this stuff was using it, building content off of it, outside of just basic enjoyment. And I've been thinking that I'd like to try doing like scripted things where I find, I sift through the shit and I find something weird or funny or whatever, and then I just pick it apart and write something up and then make a video out of that. I think that's something that I kind of want to do. And on the funnier side, hopefully. I lack confidence in a lot of this stuff. Look, the Coast Quest name is dead to me. It's dead. Dead. It was a Minecraft LP, and it's over. And it was something else, and that's over as well. I'm not going to reuse that shit. It represents like a totally different period in my life. It's not going to be Coes anything. God damn. I don't have a name in mind. I'll say that. But yeah, I don't know. The thing I run into, the thoughts I run into is, first of all, I lack confidence in a lot of this sort of stuff. That always holds me back. And I always run into this thinking of like, well, there's like 50,000 people doing that, so like, what's the value? But then I see all these different people doing it, and they're doing fine. Even the same games. So it's like, you need to stop thinking like that. It's like, find your audience. It doesn't really matter if someone's already covering the same shit. Just do whatever. People like it or they don't like it, whatever. But it's going to be weird to do that on my channel and have things be cohesive, right? Because the stream is going to be what the stream always is. And then if I were to do like supercuts or highlights or anything like that, that's going to kind of not fit together real well, I'm afraid. I don't really know. Another thing is that I have this compulsion to want to just share stuff that I think is cool and fun with people, which is very different and much more like nerd, deep dive type stuff than like a scripted video about a topic, right? And I think that doesn't mesh well together either, because people have this expectation, if you do one thing, that you're going to keep doing that one thing. And if you do some other different thing, they don't like that. And the problem is, and this is the reason I think a lot of YouTubers have many channels now, is if you do the thing that you want to do that's not your main thing, and it doesn't do well because it's not your main thing, it'll drag your channel down because it won't perform as well as whatever your mainline shit is. And then it just drags that down too. So everything kind of gets sucked down into this pit of despair. Cito, thank you for 65 months. I feel like I agree with that, Loki. It is like even if you're covering the same thing as somebody else, it's your own personality, it's your own flair, it's your own approach, and it doesn't matter. It's this in your head shit. That's what does me in so much. It kills me. Even not doing that stuff, I mean, I have that same problem with streaming and everything too. One of the nastier tendencies I have is to compare myself to everybody around me. All my friends and how they're doing, and or if I look at my stats, like I just shouldn't ever look at them. I should never look at them. Anxious Panda, thank you for 21 months. Because, like, the overall channel stats are just... If the stream was a plane, it's crashing.
Yeah, self-criticism is real strong. I think I'm also just in a bad place right now because of everything that's going on. All this anxiety, all this restlessness. This isn't a great time to be thinking about any of this crap. This is probably most of the issue. Yeah. I wish I could speak to that at all, Wolven, but it's just I don't. It's all luck. It's very much luck. The only thing I could say is if you're doing Twitch and you don't have an audience and it's the only thing you're doing, I would say do something else. Not that doing the streaming is bad. Unless you're enjoying just doing it, go ahead. But in terms of finding any sort of audience, Twitch just doesn't do that. You know? I've seen a number of people stream for like years and never an audience just doesn't materialize out of thin air, you know what I mean? And I feel bad for them because I know that like that's what everybody wants. You want at least, you know, a little crowd. So you have somebody to talk to. You know, it's a lot of it's like shared interests and stuff. That's a lot of what I get out of streaming is that we have this like-minded community of people and, you know, similar tastes in games or retro stuff or whatever. Retro stuff, which I haven't fucking done for forever, but I absolutely will get back to after we're fucking moved and established, but that's a whole nother thing. But like Twitch just doesn't have any discovery, man. So if you're new and you're just getting started, don't start on Twitch, I would say, because you're just the platform isn't going to do anything for you, you know? Or it, not necessarily don't start on Twitch, but additionally be doing something else that can direct people. So like you need to build your own discovery. So if you want to only stream on Twitch and not somewhere else, then I would say probably explore, I don't know, building an Instagram or a TikTok or a YouTube channel and try to get eyeballs that way because Twitch isn't going to do it for you. They just don't do that. If you think about it, what does Twitch have? They have suggested channels, and that's like one or two channels that show up on the left side of people's pages. And those are next to worthless, those suggestions. They have the directories, worthless. Nobody's going through there and looking for their next favorite streamer for the most part. It's just not happening. And that's it. They don't really have an algorithm. I mean, playing with other people is sort of, kind of going to get you new eyeballs, but even then, audiences just don't shift like that. Like, we've learned that from raids, right? What normally happens with a raid is your number goes up, and then it goes right back down, right back where it was. So it's really, yeah, it's difficult. It's very difficult. Yeah, you got to do what Chip did. You get famous on Twitter, and then you're set. Nah, Chip's just a good guy. He's very naturally funny and smart and witty. Also very unique. Chip is a very unique personality. So, yeah. I mean, also on the topic of having some other momentum, you know, a lot of why I was successful as a streamer at all is because I cheated. I already was an existing content creation personality from YouTube. Now, I think a lot of you here are people who discovered me later and didn't, have any, like, never even saw Coast Quest or anything like that. So it's not the only way that people are here, but it was how I got off the ground at the beginning, was that I already had existing fans. Right. Well, so I know that a lot of people came from YouTube, but not Coast Quest, actually because of TTT and Prop Hunt and Minecraft. Yeah. I do. It does make me happy though that there's still some people from all the way back, which is wild to me, considering that we've been together for 10 fucking years. Well, it's not as easy as that, Wolven, sorry. Oh God, I reverted. I'm so sorry. It's not as easy as that, Wolven, because like even right before I stopped uploading anything to YouTube, my views had dwindled down massively. It's hard when you have something that had a lot of momentum and then it falls down too, because it's hard to get perspective. Like a lot of people, you'd be totally happy with 100 views. It's hard to go back. It's really hard to go back, because when I was doing Coast Quest, and I was lucky, there would just happen to be a Minecraft wave that I didn't know was going to happen, and a Let's Play wave that I didn't know was going to happen. So it was like this perfect storm, and at the peak of that, I was getting like 50,000 views per video. And then my mind fell apart. And so then what happened to me is like everything after that, anything that didn't do that well, started to feel like failure. If that, you know what I mean? So from someone else's perspective who's trying to build up, you'd be like 10,000 views or 7,000 views, 5,000 views. That's fucking amazing. Like, how could you be unhappy with that? Whereas you're coming from this perspective of, well, I used to get 50,000 views and now, so it just sort of feels like, man, a lot of people don't like me anymore. Like just weird shit like that. It's not even necessarily trying to recapture. It's just sort of like this. It's like an existential crisis from all different angles. Like I'm not doing things as well, or people don't like me now, or I said something wrong, or I'm playing the wrong game, or you know what I mean? It's nothing is exactly accurate. It's just like a whole storm of stuff where you're just like, ugh. Not to mention, there is sort of an aspect of like sitting back and going, man, I sure wish I would have just kept doing what I was doing. That would have been good. But hey, you make your choices. You make your choices. So, I'm not talking about trying to rekindle that at all. I'm not even expecting to be significantly successful or anything like that. At this point for me, because I'm so fucking brain damaged at this point by all of this, I think I have got to the other side where now it's just like, I just want to do things that I like, and I want to reach an audience that likes it the way that I do, and that's it. If it does well, obviously that's great, because I like doing content creation and I'd like to do it as a job, but I just want to find something that I like making again. And that's not to say Stream Day ain't that, because I do like doing it, but I have a appetite to make things, Post Twitch stress disorder. That I went overboard when I got into modding. What does that mean? A video was talking about me? Twister, thank you for 3 months. And Mr. Phantom Gamer, thank you for 46 months. Well, I've never actually streamed on YouTube, so I don't know. I've never done it. Yeah, that's true, Nee. You're right. It will be cheating for the second time. Wait, does YouTube require real names now? CTD, thank you for 69 months. Yeah. I do want to make a game as well, Cetho, which again, it's like I also want to make animations. Like I want to do too many things. I'm all over the place. Oh, that they did it for a time and then they... Oh, I remember this. That was a weird blip. Right. Yeah, YouTube chat is pretty bad. I kind of wish I could get that thing... God, I forget the name of the person who makes it. It's like Wing... I don't remember. It's the .gg. I think it started with Destiny. And then... No, not Wayne. I don't know what Wayne uses or does. Light.gg, whatever the thing is, there's like I know there's a few people that use it, but I don't know how you can get it. This is not the thing. I don't know what this is. I think it's like a private project, but basically it's like a whole it's a separate platform and you can just swap in like whichever streaming service you're using. But it has its own chat, its own account system, its own subs and donos and all that shit, its own emotes. Which I think, honestly, at the end of the day, that's the way to go, because then you're not platform dependent. You have your own shit. I mean, you are platform dependent in the fact of like, you're gonna still need to rely on a streaming service for delivering the video, but. Oh yeah, absolutely agreed, Joe. There's so many things that I've started and never finished. Like, I don't know if I'll ever get that animated intro done that I showed you guys. Which is why I showed it to you, because I felt like, well, I might as well show it off, because there's a good chance I never finish this. So at least people will have seen that I did something. I've never really achieved my goal, which is I wish to be completely financially independent based off of content creation so that I can then feed back into it. You know what I mean? I wanted to get to the point where we can live off of that alone, and then I could work on things that I want to do and keep building. But I never quite got... I got close, but I never quite got there. Exactly, CISO, yeah. You get the hit, and then you just put it away. But when I showed it off, that was a year after I stopped working on it. So I already wasn't working on it. Well, thank you, Joe. What do you mean, like on YouTube? I appreciate that. I mean, I hope I can keep doing that. And I'm not quitting. I'm going to keep doing stuff. Just, I'm in a weird space right now because of all this shit going on. I'm sure many of you understand. And I just felt like shooting the shit about it, really. Yeah. There's a lot of people that I look up to. Like, I watch a lot more content these days than I ever used to. And there's so many people that I feel like, man, I wish I was doing shit like that. That's where I want to be. Like, there's one that I check in with a lot is Vox, who also just moved. And apparently he's going to turn an entire garage to a studio, which sounds very much like me. But he's like, he's in the end goal space of where I wanted to one day be. He's into all the same shit. Retro games, CRTs, capture devices, all that stuff. Does pretty fun things with it. 10-hour long video essays, yeah. I don't even remember what that was about, Rinnell. Maybe everything Scott? Did I do a campaign where I just named everything Scott? Well, sure. I'm happy to talk about it. It's, I don't know. It's not like we haven't talked about it before either. But it's funny how it fucks with your head too, because sometimes I feel like, well, I'm doing something that isn't fun. You know, there's always that weird sort of aspect to all this kind of thing too. That you have this expectation, or this perceived expectation that you have to always be entertaining, always be jokey. Everything has to be like, this is work, this is business. If you do anything like what I'm doing right now, it's bad. It's hard to find like what the balance is. I think I would rather the stream be more like this, where it's more candid and just laid back and just whatever I feel like, than anything else. I think that's what I've always felt. And that also comes out of comparing to others again, right? Because I'm thinking about, I mean, like, Zick, you mentioned Wayne Radio. And that's one of those people who's very successful because every time they're online, it's always a show. It's never not a show. There's no downtime. And I've never really hit that mark ever. It's just not me. Or at least that's not how I approach streaming, I guess. Well, there's others like him. There's I don't know. Any of the top Twitch streamers are like that. It's a show the whole time. Like XQC or Mizkiff. Who else? Pay Money Wubby. Whatever. They're all like, that's why they are as successful as they are. Is that from the moment they're on, it's just like, it's a show, it's a show, it's a show, and then they're gone. You don't know any of those? Oh, fair enough. The stuff I immerse myself in, like, I don't watch any of those streams, but I end up finding out about or seeing all the sort of side shit that happens. All the sideshow shit. In fact, most of that shit that I even know about is because of YouTube, because they cut their shit for YouTube now. And they have a little bit of a connected world at the top too. So like if you watch somebody's cut of some discussion or something that went down on Twitch or whatever, then you end up learning about one of the other people, because they all they do stuff together. There's what is it? There's Trainwrecks, I think, does a podcast, and various of them are on there, and that's sort of like a bridge across to like other people. It's bizarre. It's a weird world. I don't really watch their actual content. I watch all the side stuff around the edges. I don't think I could though, because most of that stuff is like too edgy and or toxic for me. It's not to my taste at all. Sure. Well, I mean, there's pros and cons to everything, right? Because I can understand that view that some people have, where when they're doing it, it's like they consider it a job, they treat it like a job, and that can pay off if that's what your personality is like. If you can maintain that, then that can work. But some of them are more like laid back and candid as well. So it's not like a requirement. It's not something you have to do. Just depends on what your personality is like, and what your audience is into. Yeah. And look, I don't want to make this. It's not about finances at all. Like I just said, there's people that just have a very laid back, chill, whatever stream, and they're successful as the ones who are like always on, and it's always a show. So it's not about that at all. Yeah, that's exactly the thing. Is that there isn't a formula. I think that's something that a lot of people look for too. There's this assumption that there's some, just thing that you just turn on, or if I just follow this formula or these steps or just do this, that it's just all going to work, and that's just not the case. It's totally luck and random. There's definitely an aspect to striking when the iron's hot, right? So if you do somehow luck into like a lot of momentum or a big audience or something like that, then whatever you're doing, you should probably keep doing. But there isn't any magic trick to any of it, other than, I suppose, be interesting. Whatever direction you go, be interesting. Don't be boring. Yeah, be lucky, be interesting. Ugh. No, Dan. A lot of people, you know what? A lot of people have this really terrible mentality around that, which I'm not saying you guys do, but I think about that a bit. Arcmaster, thank you for those biddies. Elusive, thank you for the 82 months. But boy, man, that's such a toxic segment of all of this, where there's so many people. I think, though, that there's a bit of what I'm talking about tangled up in that. Because there's definitely a lot. I think a lot of the people who are really shitty and toxic about that aspect are. No, you're not the worst. I'm talking about all the people that get mad at the girl streamers, just because, oh, it's because they're attractive. But I think there's a lot of sour grapes and sort of entitlement mentality, or it comes. I think there's a bit of that idea in there that it's something that you just do, and that somehow being attractive is cheating. But there's plenty of people. There's no great way to say this, but there's plenty of people who are very successful doing this shit who are not that. So it's not a requirement. It's unfortunate. I don't know. People are very good at finding ways to be unhappy. Yeah, fucking gamers, dude. Goddamn gamers. Anyway, let's play a game. Hey, look, I'm not proud. um, I have felt that I have the ugly as well. So don't be too down on yourself at all. Hey, Lindley, thank you for the biddies. Appreciate that. When I was younger, I felt much more strongly about that, or more down on myself about that, you know. But the fact of the matter is that there's always somebody else. That's it's you just have to recognize that at some point, you know. No matter how good you look, there's always somebody else that's like doing photoshopping or something. You know, I would my problem with myself was always like I don't have like the chiseled jawline and the the defined cheekbones and all of that. Not to mention I like in my life I've had serious skin issues, so like there was never much hope. My forehead is just like scars all the way across. My back, holy shit, dude. I don't ever show this, but I had really insane acne when I was a teenager. Insanely. I'll fucking reveal it, god damn it. I honestly I don't really care that much now. I could show you so you have some sense of what I'm talking about, why I would be anxious about it or self-conscious. But I had insanely bad acne when I was a teenager, to where I have scarring to a degree where it could be believable if I said that I'd been burned. That's how bad it is. Like Deadpool, you know the way Deadpool looks? Not quite that bad. It's not like raised ridges and stuff, but it's not good. I don't even really know if I can. It's probably actually you can see a little bit right there. Do you see that? Look at that. Can you see like that pit? Like I'm not gonna go wild. I'm not gonna take my shirt off, but you can see that my whole back is like that. TOS. Male presenting scars. Yeah, it's pretty major. And I have that on my chest as well. So that's something I've boy, you want to talk about being self-conscious. Sucks. It sucked. I'm pretty much over it now. It's whatever. What's funny for me is like I've always every time I see the phrase comfortable in skin, I was always like, technically I guess that's my category. But that's a literalist perspective. I don't have freckles. I have beauty marks. Or, I guess, as I learned later in life, moles. I didn't realize for the longest time that beauty marks are not a thing. They're not a real thing. Dude, I think my stomach got fucked up by what they prescribed me as a kid for the acne. I think I've told this before, but I used to have to take these big ass capsules that I think the objective or the point of it was to replace the oil in my skin with like a synthetic or some sort of replacement that would essentially, I think the idea was to starve out the acne, but they would fuck my stomach up so bad. Like I started getting acid reflux when I was in school. Yeah, they gave me an oil change. Yeah, I don't remember the name of it, Ipa. But yeah, I think it permanently fucked my stomach up because I've had horrible acid reflux ever since then. You can name things all day. I don't remember what it was called. And some of these are car oils. I'm sorry if this talk is making you focus on self-conscious things. That wasn't my intention. But at least I can say, I think a lot of us have things like that we can't change that we're self-conscious about, right? So we have that. We have solidarity. Yep, I have that too, beer. After we move, I'm going to be hitting the treadmill hard with my fists. I'm going to fight the treadmill. But now I've got some. God. When you can do this and you feel it, you feel the weight of it slamming down when you let it go. Gotta beat the shit out of that treadmill. Gotta beat up that treadmill. Oh God, I'm so unhappy with how I look when I sit down too. It's funny how I don't know. I guess this is probably applicable to everybody, but when I'm standing, I have a bit of a gut at the moment, but I've been putting on weight this year. I had it under control a bit, and I was losing weight, and then this year happened, and so I put on some weight. And occasionally I see myself. So when I'm standing, it's like, okay, I have a little bit of gout. It's not bad. I look okay, in the mirror, standing up, whatever. But sometimes I see myself on the camera when I'm sitting down. And I see myself from the side. It's something. It's not the same person. It's like, damn, that's wide. That's a lot. It's more than I thought. It's a lot more than I thought. It's like I'm smuggling something under here. Like I sat down and I put a fucking keg under my shirt. Mm-hmm. Thick. So I want to work on that. I'd like to work on that after the move. God, I miss when we were going to the gym, sort of, because I hate the gym and gym memberships. Don't ever do it. It's a fucking racket. But I have to say that when Nakomi and I were hitting the gym, it's funny how you don't really see the results 'cause it's so gradual. But then looking back, it's like, man, we were doing all right. We were getting fit, and then we just let it go. Yeah, it's hard to do on your own. It's really hard. But I think I'm gonna, and I may share whatever I do because I know that it can be helpful to have sort of a community impetus, I guess. Like if you know someone's doing it and you're sharing results, then it kind of can snowball effect or something. But and I think Justin's planning similarly, right? Or at least he wants to do like some Ring Fit stuff. Rustlar, thank you for that. Gift sub to a treadmill. But I may share what I do or whatever. But what I'm thinking of doing is the treadmill is actually really good. It's surprising how quickly you see effects between like just doing some treadmill for a bit and not. Blue Holt, thank you for that prime sub. Welcome to the cohorts. Appreciate that. Anonymous, thank you for those gift subs. Awesome, thank you so much. There's a McFutbuck. McFutbuck gift sub. Enjoy. Winless in Seattle, thank you for converting to a tier 1. We are our own greatest enemy for sure. But once you have done that and then you've noticed the loss when you stop, you do learn at least like, yo, doing this actually is good. It does make a difference. And it makes a difference faster than you think too. Arctech, thank you for that gift sub, my friend. So my plan is, like I said, I'm going to hit the treadmill. Treadmill's good because what's great about it, at least for me, what I was doing was I would just queue up an old show, something to keep my mind occupied, and I would just get on the treadmill, watch an episode. It's about the same length as the 30-minute, treadmill run or whatever. I'd usually have a little bit of episode left to sit down and cool down after, finish the episode, and then go about my day. And I like to just like rewatch, like last time I did it, I rewatched all of Stranger Things, which is nice. And you got to start slow too, like every other day at first, or maybe even less frequent than that before you go like hardcore, like doing it every fucking morning or whatever, or otherwise you're going to suffer. You got to keep that in mind, that if the beginning, do not overdo it because you're going to suffer so fucking much. So slow, gradual ramp up into doing it. But I think I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do something else that people say a lot is like a little bit of exercise every day goes so much further than you would think. Just 15 minutes, like that's what I'm going to do is find one of those little 15 or 20 minute sets of like do 5 jumping jacks, do 5 sit-ups, that sort of thing. And it doesn't take very long. And just do that every day and then build up from there. Right? So that's my plan right now, is to just do simple, tiny steps, but do them regularly and never stop. Just never ever stop. Yeah, that's the big thing. I hate the fatigue. Whenever I get away from exercising, even the little bit, it really does address this. The fatigue and the tiredness that sets on you, where every day you're just fucking tired. Like in the middle of the day too, you're just like, I could fucking go to sleep right now. I hate that. I hate it so fucking much. It's the worst. It's absolutely the worst. I don't want to feel like that all the time. It makes me feel like I'm dying. Lord Terranix, thank you for those biddies. Yeah, it can definitely be rough if you're out of shape. So that's why I'm saying start small. I think that the thing that anybody can do would be to just go for walks. Just go for walks. Like if you're one of those people that like any of the things that I just said, like even the small stuff, sounds like it would be really rough, I would say start with just going for walks, probably in the morning, and not even far. Like start small, go for a walk around the block, check mark, you've done it, and then do it again the next day. If you're walking a very short amount. If you walk a very far amount, then maybe give it a day in between. But go for walks. I think I don't know if I mentioned this on stream. I think I did, but like, yeah, I did. I'll mention it again. It's relevant. Where I was going through some old files and I came across some old photos. Oh, I think I was telling Good this. I don't remember. Pandora Rawl? Sorry. Pandora Rawl. Thank you for 26 months. I found some old photos from when I set up my webcam at my computer as like a security cam for when Nakomi and I went to, I think, PAX or something like that. Yeah, the security footage. And I think it was before we started going to the gym. But even after this year, with letting things go a little bit, we looked so much worse then than we do now today. Like, you just don't realize it, you know? It creeps on you. We went to the gym and we knocked that shit entirely off after like 6 months. Anonymous, thank you for those 5 gift subs. I appreciate that. You're all good, Loki. Have a good one. Yeah, no, it totally does. We're all here. Chat's still going, Sitho. We're chatting all around you. Yeah, food. I even botched their name. It's official. Another thing I've been coming to terms with is trying to recognize that I'm not as close to dead as I let my mind tell me. Because I do feel like I'm getting old. And some part of my brain wants to say, well, it's basically over. You may as well give up. Zugi Zork, thank you for those gift subs. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah. It helps to see people who are much, much older than you doing their thing and being successful and getting stuff done. Food Flare, thank you as well. Thank you guys so much. Y'all are wild. Ah, Roar. You're so young. You're so young. Honestly, if you're that age and you're feeling old as fuck, I would suggest absolutely just do a little bit of exercise because it'll make you feel so much better. You don't have to go fucking wild with it. Just a teeny bit. Viking, thank you for those gift subs. Thank you so much. You're in the Matrix, yeah. Somehow you're not getting hit. They're building that wall. They're going to get you. Thank you so much for the gift subs, everybody. I appreciate that. One of those names. Oh. Is it Smells Like Teen Pee-Pee? That's a name I know, I think, from mainly Justin Chat. Delaroth, thank you for the biddies, my friend. Yeah. We probably have a couple of Justin or Bam Stokers since they're off on their vacation right now. Food Flare, thank you for those gift subs. Again, appreciate it. Honestly, it's a very good name. Oh, you got hit. Well, you know, you can't dodge them all. I think Delaroth is the Iron Man now. Nate, thank you for those biddies. Game Player Abe, thank you for those biddies. Ah, yes, Mortis. Relevant to the convo. Rustlar, thank you for that gift. No, no. Oh, no. Oh, Delaros, you've been got. You got by an anonymous attacker. Yeah. I think a lot of my problem at this particular moment, like where I'm at, aside from all the shit that needs to be done, is that my brain is already there. It's already on the other side, like thinking about all the stuff I want to do. And it's because it's off in the distance and there's all these hurdles between me and where my head is that's making it, you know, it's making me more anxious and restless because I just keep thinking about that stuff. I keep thinking in the future, even though it's a ways off yet. I have a tendency as well to where when there's something in the distance that I know is coming and it's like, well, there's no point in doing anything until that's done and out of the way because it's this thing that's like coming along like a fucking harvester, you know, like I might as well not do anything because like there's so much stuff that I've wanted to get into and I just have set it aside until after. Oh, that sounds like a nice update for Magma. Awesome. Looking forward to playing with that. Magma's been so cool. I've been having so much fun with Undo Crew. It's good times.
Fuck you!
Whisper Dan, thank you for the biddies. Yo, that's awesome, BFA. I'll bet you I probably wouldn't be able to do many myself. I don't know. I don't know if I could do one. But maybe. I do have, I think, body type or genetics or whatever. I think I have a sort of a baseline fitness. Or also probably having to do with like my habits and stuff. Because
Fuck you!
I haven't gone completely off a cliff's edge, but I think I could probably do a couple, even though I haven't exercised in a long time. Alatus, thank you for those biddies. Quaxum, thank you for those other biddies. Xenocrisis, thank you for that gift sub. Zugizork, thank you for those gift subs. You guys are going wild. Anonymous, thank you for those gift subs. What brought this on? What's going on? Yeah, it does help to know your body type, but I think for like the smaller, easier stuff, it's not that important. I think that's more for like if you're gonna go to the gym and try to like really knock shit out, then you really. Oh, there was a hype train. Okay, I forget that exists. Did we hit it? Choo choo! Thank you guys. My body type is a lump of pain. Yeah. I had a moment today where I was like, I guess I'm dead. Because, actually, this is relevant because you're here, Alatus. I still have the crate. That CRT that Grid and Alatus sent in the freight crate. Right. And, I had to get that CRT back in the crate. And my God, I felt so inept trying to do that. I shouldn't have been trying to do it by myself. But I was trying to unscrew the screws because I had screwed the lid back on a long time ago. Because that CRT hasn't been in there ever since after we took it out, right? I'm unscrewing the screws, and it's just like they're the hardest, most difficult screws ever, and like a muscle in my arm just gave up. It's like I'm just pain now. I've been replaced with pain. I got them all out, and then I couldn't get the CRT in, and I'm like, how can I not get this in? It had to come out of here. So why can't I get it in? But there's the side blocks that you guys put on so that you could have something to screw the lid onto. So I had to take the side blocks off, which those were a pain in the ass to unscrew as well. And then I finally got it in, and I put a bunch of, like, you know, packing air and stuff around the sides. Screwed that back on, and then so my back, yeah, that's what I'm getting to. My fucking back. Holy shit. After holding that giant CRT in the air, you know, there was a long period of time where I'm like, I don't understand why this isn't lining up and going in before I took the blocks off. My back. Oh, I came back in and I immediately started looking up, like, where's the nearest legal weed? Oh, God, I'm still mad about that. I'm so mad. AZ legalizes it right when I'm leaving. And Ohio didn't. They had it on the fucking docket and they fucking didn't. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Jesus Christ, can we just... You know, what's interesting, though, I learned Ohio decriminalized marijuana possession back in the 70s. In the fucking 70s. But it wasn't... It's like... It's just like a lower fine. I think it's like a misdemeanor. It's just... You don't go to jail, basically. But just fucking get it together. Yeah, I know. Michigan... Well, so... Does Michigan have recreational? I don't think they do. I think it's just medical. Ohio has medical as well. They do. Well, fuck. Then I guess I'll just go up to Michigan. That's the right idea. Weird and pissed off. Except for I'm not really looking to smoke. What I like, and I've said this a lot, but I like CBD, and usually in an edible form. Holy shit. When we were in California it was TwitchCon last year, we obviously partook, and we got some, well, you may recall Nakomi and I had some fucking adventures. Alex, thank you for the weed tips. Appreciate that. Yeah. We had some adventures. But I don't think getting high like that is really for us. But boy, we brought some CBD edibles back with us, right? Some little like chocolates. They're really good. And the best nights of sleep that I've had the entire fucking year were on those. Every time it was like, like I can't even tell you. I would wake up. It was like I was floating off of a cloud when I got out of bed the next morning. Every time. It worked like a fucking charm. I want that. Again, I want that regularly. I want to be able to do that every night. I want to sleep like that every fucking night, dude. It might have been that elusive. I think there was some small amount of THC. Like, I think it was weighted to CBD, but it still had THC. But yeah, I don't even actually really care about getting high at all. If I had the option, I'd probably do it now and again. But sleeping like a fucking log? And the day after that, every time was always like, this is a good day. That's what I need, man. And I wish that it would just be legal everywhere and accessible. And stop this shit. It's so dumb. It's such a waste of everyone's time and resources. Not to mention all the fucking people that are still in jail over this fucking shit. That's the thing that should be priority number one. Get all those people out of fucking jail. Because that's bullshit. And then just make it legal. And be done with it. Let's go. Get them out, yeah. Well, it's because of propaganda, man. It's because of the fact that, I mean, everybody had a different experience, but I'm sure that there's many of you here probably remember Dare and all the other anti-drugs propaganda that they force feed you when you're a kid. And there's a lot of people that I saw who they just hated all drugs. Now, to be clear, I'm not. I mean, I'm for legalization generally because I think the drug war is a load of fucking shit. It's bullshit. However, I wouldn't do heroin or cocaine or any of the fucking like crazy ass drugs. I don't think anybody should. Shrooms? Hearing some interesting shit on that front, especially on the whole. And I don't know if it's anecdotal, but there's some of that talk about like that some people just had their depression erased, not just helped, but just gone. I'm interested in that, but yeah, obviously weed. Like, come on. But I've known many people who just they don't know anything about marijuana at all, but they were programmed from birth to consider it a hard drug, and that they believe people should go to jail for it, and da 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 da. But if you look into it even a little bit, even the slightest bit, it's like, why is this a thing? Why are there cartels? Like, why is there a drug war? None of this makes sense, actually. This is absurd. It's not like it's weird. People have been convinced that it's something that it isn't. You know? Well, I'm not even talking about there are racist origins. But for a lot of people it's programmed in, which is a bit different. Like a lot of the people that I'm thinking of that have this mentality about it aren't coming from a place of racism. They've just been programmed to think this because that's what's normal, right? But yes, always was. Yes, I know. This is not what I'm talking about, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not talking about the racism side of it. I understand all that. I'm with that. I'm with you. What I'm talking about is the programming that people have been force-fed. And then they never think about it ever again. They never critically think about it. They just vote. They just... The way that they think about it, and I can tell you this from experience because it was a while before I critically thought about it and looked into it. Okay? So I had this brainwashing as well. But it's essentially like it's just inherently bad. It's not really... If you drill down, there's no explanation for why. It's just like, that's just how it is, so that's why it has to be illegal. Without ever getting to the other side of thinking, well, why is it illegal? Like, specifically why? What does it do? What's bad about it? Well, because violence and drug cartels. Okay, but like, wouldn't that not happen if it wasn't illegal? They never think about that. It's never crossed their mind. See what I'm saying? Like, it's just assumed, like, axiomatically, it is bad, therefore everything else follows. But if you break that part, like, oh, actually it's not bad, then all of the rest of it falls. Like, well, wait, none of this makes sense. None of the rest of this makes any sense anymore. Well, yeah, that's true too. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that just making drugs legal would erase all cartels, but you know what I'm driving at here. Like some of that is caused by the illegal, by the fact that they're illegal unnecessarily. But yes, there are reasons why they exist that don't have anything to do with that as well, with entirely different things and different reasons. Although I think in most cases that's probably a symptom of something else about that, whatever it is also fucked up in some way, right? I mean, that made me immediately think of like the banana wars, and all the insane shit that American corporations have done to Central Central and South America, and the government as well, of course. I mean, it was all complicit. Exactly, it's illegal, so it must be bad. That's as far as a lot of people think on things, unfortunately. Obviously, that's slowly changing, but it sucks that it's slow. It shouldn't be slow. It's like you should be able to tell people, hey, you're wrong, and here's why. And then they go, oh, I was wrong, and that's why. But no. People are really fucking slow to absorb new information, or they just reject it entirely for fucking hubris or pride or whatever. It's just frustrating. Well, that's not the only reason, King, but that is definitely one of the reasons that I had forgotten about until you mentioned that. Wasn't that another fucking thing that connected back to what was it, J.P. Morgan and Chase? Didn't they kill Tesla or something like that? They're kind of like the original evil corporation from the States. Like they fucked up so much shit for us 150 years ago. It's insane. It's like it all traces back to them. I know, yeah. No, well, that's, yeah. I mean, I was joking, Doug. Clearly, yeah, that's never happened. It never will. Donaires? Donaires? What the hell is that? I think that's definitely a big part of it, food. Shaved ice, but meat in a bread. What did you just do to my brain? What? It's like a shawarma. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I've ever encountered a shawarma in the wild. I don't think I've ever met one on the street. A meat wrap. Oh god, yeah, that whole fucking thing where like it's federally prohibited to do research on any of the scheduled drugs is so like just fucking god damn it. Actually, it's pronounced euro. Meat hurricane. I'm sorry, Zick, but you're just wrong. It really is fucked on every level. I feel like marijuana was a gateway drug for me to realizing how fucking stupid so much other shit is. Because once you look at that, you look at the origins, and you learn like that none of it makes any sense around that at all, not even a little bit, then you start to think like, huh, if this is that fucked up, then what about like all the serious shit? Radicalized by weed. It was definitely one of the earliest times where I learned something that completely contradicted my assumptions or like what I had been told. And it made me go like, holy shit. Like, I've been lied to my whole life. I think that's what really knocked me back, was how prevalent, like the only other thing that I would say was probably bigger than that in terms of like really being like brainwashed and lied to my whole life by everyone around me, was probably Christianity. And then weed is like number 2. Blew my mind. D&D, yeah. God. That's such a funny... If you want a funny, fun time, fucking search up and read about the Satanic Panic, Christianity, and D&D. What are you munching? Sir? Come here. Come here. Come here. What are you munching? What are you munching? You're getting heavy, boy. Oh. I hugs you too. I hugs you too. Hi, bud. Hug. He loves to snuggle. He's a snuggler. He loves to snuggle. I mean, Doom really is. It's funny. I remember I used to find Christian video game review sites back in the day, like GeoCities ones. And they always took a huge shit on Doom. Like, oh, you can't play Doom. It's got satanic imagery. And it always was like so fucking confusing, because I was like, you're killing them though. You're like the ultimate Christian in Doom. You're taking it to hell and fucking them up. How do you not like this? How is this? How are you not for this? Do we not believe our own lore? What's going on? Yeah, truly, people are weird. I guess basically you're just not even allowed to see satanic imagery. It's just, it never made sense, because it's like, it's not like it's celebrated. You're not like supposed to like regard the satanic imagery that you find in Doom as like, yeah, hell yeah. You know, maybe some people probably, but like, that's not the intention. It's the trappings of hell. It's it's not celebrating it at all. That's not the point. Not even close. Their primary problem is how cool it makes it look. Yeah, probably. That's probably what it is. It just seems like such a fundamental misunderstanding. It's really strange. Right, Wolfenstein's about killing Nazis. It'd be like looking at Wolfenstein, like the Allies video game review site, and they're like, you shouldn't play this Wolfenstein. There's Nazi imagery. Like, wait, you're the Allies. At the end of the day, most people can't think. Basically. Most people just weren't born with enough think juice. Well, so that, I mean, it's funny that we've talked about that because it's kind of come around full circle now to where there are people who looked at like Wolfenstein and were like, I don't think we should be killing Nazis. Like, leave. Oh boy. Really came all the way around on that one. It's my turn with the think juice. God. I feel so ashamed or sheepish for ever having verbally expressed that line of thinking. I mean, it's got some validity to it, but the direction things have gone. Don't ever dabble in philosophy. It's not worth it. Right, the mask is completely off now. We are. It is truly a dystopia. I mean, I know in my heart at least that whatever my intentions were never like that. Not anywhere in that direction at all. I just had one of those stupid like my whole life I've very much been like an anti-violence pacifist type of mentality. So at some fucking point it was inevitable that I was going to have the thought of like, God, what did I used to think about? It had to do with media, where it's like it was a twofold thing, where I was thinking, well, we've kind of turned them into cartoon characters, which has two negative sides, was my thinking, right? One, it kind of diminishes how bad everything was that happened by dehumanizing them. If you turn them into cartoon characters, then it's like it's a caricature, and it makes it seem less bad in a way, right? It takes away from the real actual history, or at least you can look at it like that. And then the other one, which is sort of like the gross one now, given everything that's happened, of like it shuts us off from considering the humans, the actual humans that they were, which is uncomfortably close to the whole and they were probably good. I can't even say it. I don't want to say it. I'll never say it again. They are kind of cartoon characters. Suffice to say, I'm not someone who's equipped to bother talking about that level of philosophical analysis, so I should not have, and I shall not. Oh, Food Flare, don't you mean we're Wolfensteined to repeat it? I will put myself in the garbage disposal after the stream. I know. Thank you. Thank you, Previous. I shouldn't make content. It's probably a mistake. Yeah, how you guys liking Song of Horror? It's pretty good, right? Actually, you know what I should do? I should go see if Nakomi wants to be awake. Because I think she fell asleep, and she probably doesn't want to sleep all night. At least not until actual sleep time. So let me go wake her up. When I come back, we will actually play the game. We just spent 2 hours shooting the shit. But it's been good. I've enjoyed this whole conversation. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. All right, I'm back. She was already awake. I was worried about nothing. I never did do the DVD logo thing. Things have just been too chaotic on my end, man. There's so much stuff I haven't done. There was something I wanted to do with this layout, but I haven't had time, and I felt like it probably would have been too involved. I would have had to bother Craig it as well. But as we went into November, I wanted to shift the theme slightly to a conspiracy theory style thing. So start adding like little pinpoint things on the walls and have them connected with strings. And then part of the 3D rotation would have like strings that connect from one wall to the other, but it just would have been too much. It just felt like it would have been inappropriate for like the way things are right now in the world. Bless you. Bless you. Little sneezies. Okay. Let's actually play some Song of Horror. We're going to play 1 hour of Song of Horror. I apologize. Sometimes I just like to just talk. Oh yeah, you have to have a bot on duty, Pat. Or possibly have some settings on. But yeah, we don't really have that problem here that much. My hair is so frizzy today. Well, I've been thinking of doing that in the future, Sito. I've had the desire for a long time, and it's just another one of those things that I want to do, but I like never find the time to do. Would be to build a layout in like Unity or something, right? So it could be like a live interactive. The only thing is that it would have to be. I'd have to do something that can interact with like scene changes and shit. So I never did quite think that one through. Aha, right. Unreal, yep. Well, it could look way better in Unreal, that's for sure. There is someone who actually did this idea already. He made a splash on Reddit, I think earlier, I think it was very early 2020, maybe late 2019. But it's somebody who built in Unity a fully three-dimensional interactive layout. Which made me sad because it's like, I felt like that was a good idea that I had a long time ago and I just don't have the skill to execute it. Someone else came along and did it. That will happen, yeah. Episode 4, The Last Concert. Oh, yeah. I think we were getting close to finishing this section off, right? Really? You mean like the game from what? Like the it was a very early 360 title, wasn't it? Originally, Brink. Who made Brink? Oh, wasn't that the studio that did? Oh God. What's that game? It was a very like ultra actiony shooter where you like shoot out a chain and drag people to you, and they would like you could like explode people and get points. Splash Damage was the dev. Okay, maybe that's not who I was thinking of then. They didn't make Bulletstorm, did they? No, I know Bulletstorm is not Brink, but I was thinking it would be the same dev. Yes, Mortal Kombat. Goddamn. Oh, I remember. We had just had a Death Stranding moment. We just made that tool that I was very bad at making. Wait, the people that made Vanishing of Ethan Carter made Bulletstorm? What the fuck? Oh yeah, I think I saw you talking about what game was it? Oh, Amnesia, right? Which after I saw that you said that, I was like, okay, yeah, actually that does track. So we made a surgical retractor. Did I? Oh, shut up. Oh, fuck. God damn. That's not what I needed, like, immediately. That was a bit much immediately, you know? Holy. Alright, what's the, I don't know what the retractor is for, but we're gonna find out. That's true, Sitho, yeah. I'd really like to have a reason to do crazy layouts more often than just Scream a Day, you know? Fucking god damn. Really ramping things up on us, aren't they? I think we're actually close to the end of this chapter. I think that's why everything's fucking over the top. Well, so one thing I've been considering is maybe doing a new version of the default layout. An idea I had a while back is to sort of build like a fake space, but it's got all kinds of fun stuff that represents like me and the games and things that I like. So, you know, build like a sort of fictitious location, you know, I don't know how to explain it. I also love fixed camera. It's so good. Yeah, virtual set. Yeah, basically. You know, have some CRTs around. They're like displaying stuff. Have some cool lighting. References to games all over the place. I don't know. Just something like that. Like a populated thing. And then have the ability for the camera to fly around in it for different scenes, right? Similar to what we did with the Scream a Day layout this year. Kind of like, you know when video games have a really cool menu? I can't think of one off the top of my head. But like sometimes they do that thing where the... Like Banjo-Kazooie kind of has it. Where each step of the menu that you go through, the camera moves to another area and shows something different. Okay. Game. So what's this about? Game crash. All right. Cool. Oh, I saw that shit, Cetho. That was done with Unreal Engine 4? It looked incredible. I loved that demonstration. That was such a good way of showing it, too. Like, it really gave you a sense of how deep it was. What's stupid is, again, it's another one of those things where I just tell myself I can't do it. I went to school for 3D modeling. I fucking have done that. I know how to make 3D models. I made fuck tons of stuff. And I just decided at some point, I cannot. And then I just didn't. It's so stupid what my brain does to me. Okay, we were looking at this. What do we...
Nope.
What can we use any of this stuff for that we have? This is definitely for the oven, the bellows.
Not gonna happen.
Oh. Okay, we have a puzzle here. Oh my goodness. What are we doing here? We have some sort of book from Skyrim. I don't remember reading anything about this. Oh, fuck. We never did come in here. It looks like the saint had no interest in answering their prayers. Damn, those marks. God, the game seems to be having some issues. I just updated my drivers yesterday. Dear God, he's got a key in his torso right between the ribs. Well, now we know what this is for.
Oh, God. Okay.
Oh, show us.
Ugh.
Stasis showed us. You show us.
Yuck.
Oh, come on. This is like made for TV movie. Prior's ornate key. A yellowish key that belonged to Father Malachius, Prior of Saint Cecilia. Prior's testimony. Last note written by Father Malachius. Prior, blah, blah, blah. I hear their screams. They haunt me. They claw desperately at the door, trying to get out. But are they even themselves? At night, I can hear them crawling on top of each other on the other side of the door, and I fear it might give way. They beg, wail, and weep. The things they say must never leave that hall. Even if they manage to escape, what good would it do them? I, too, am trapped. I can't open the passage from this side anymore. I must not let them get my key, for they would be one step closer to leaving, and then, God Almighty, grant me the strength to avoid it, no matter the cost. I must hide the key far from their ghastly hands. I shall hide the key where no one can find it, not while I still draw breath. May God have mercy on our souls, all of them. Hello? What is that?
Damn.
That is awesome, is what that is. That is some real shit right there.
None.
Close on the other side. I love the new stuff that they're doing at this section of the game. It's so good. Okay. So I don't know what the story is with the stove or the plants. God, I don't know what's up with this hitching. Man, I shouldn't have updated my driver. It's ruined everything.
Damn, it's freezing.
Oh, we're having an episode of some sort.
I won't budge.
Lighter went out.
This doesn't make sense. Good thing. It's over now.
Okay. So the puzzle down at the bottom is the oven. There's that door, which we've never done, and I'm afraid to do. But we may have to if we run out of things we can do. And we've got that question mark thing going on in the granary, which I'm not sure about. I don't know why. Also, for whatever reason, the game seems to be pulling out all the stops on us this time around. Ugh, not to mention this shit. Jesus Christ, dude. What did I build a new computer for? Oh, wait. I think... What was back here? Was it the dead soldier? Right. With the shovel. God damn it. Well, this hasn't changed much.
Those voices. Gotta be careful now.
Fuck.
Thank God. I thought I'd lost my mind.
Yeah, I do like that characters can get murdered because it really brings a whole different aspect to this. You know? It makes me really concerned for my choices when I'm playing. Like that one room up there, this room up there. Like I don't think I really want to go in there because I feel like I'm probably gonna lose a character, you know? Yeah, the whole going anti-party, man. I'm still reeling from that shit. That was insane. That was one of the wildest things I've ever seen.
Not gonna happen.
Huh. Okay, then. The music in this is so good, too. It's perfectly appropriate. Then... I think I need to go back through here.
I need to find out where that staircase leads to.
But do we not have one of the keys?
Nope.
We do.
Ah,
This is one of them, for sure. Gotta think here. We got the oven, but we've got nothing to put in the oven. So that's on hold. There's the shovel in the fuck me, dude. There's a shovel in the granary, but we don't, as far as I know, have a use for the shovel. We've got a door that needs a key that we don't have. There's the plant puzzle without an explanation. There's the pot on the stove, also without explanation. So I've really hit a point where I don't know what's next. That door was a dead end on this floor. We don't have 4 keys for this other door. So I think I'm down to 2 choices here. It's either take the shovel. Well, it's not really either or. It's unknown. But the only 2 things I can really do is take the shovel and go through that door that I didn't want to go through. If I had to bet, I feel like going through the door is probably the better choice at this particular moment, because I don't think, like I said, I don't know of any particular use for the shovel. Oh, and then of course there's the one other thing, which possibly the shovel could be used for, which is opening that fucking window thing on the side of the room that's 100% full of bad shit. and I don't want to open. So that's really the third thing available right now. I don't know if the shovel is what's necessary to open it. This over here. The sus room, yeah. Ugh. Oh, we're doing this, huh? Okay. Oh, fuck. This shit has airplane controls, by the way. In case you're wondering how difficult it is. And we can't otherwise move from this spot. Where is it? That's not fair. Alright, well, it goes away.
Damn, that was horrific.
He put both the lantern and the mirror directly up his ass. Alright. So we're gonna go in here. So yeah. Wait, what? Hasty Notes by Husher. How did I miss this all this time? I feel like I'm being followed. I know the Abbey is abandoned, but sometimes it feels like there's someone here. Who's putting out the candles? It might just be the wind or the insufferable chill. I must be losing my mind, but sometimes I encounter candles that I don't recall lighting myself. Damn it, I need to find the origin of that cursed song and get out of this place. So, this room has something bad in it, 1,000,000%. As you can hear. And there's this window portal thing here, as you can see with the gear on the map. I feel like you open that up and you just get pulled in by a bunch of tentacles and die. It's gotta be what happens, right? It can't be worth opening. Whoa. What the fuck was that? Did you all see that? That was something else that's new. I have no idea what the fuck that was. You missed it? Something on the other side here just made a sound and flickered with light right here. A figure. It was a ghost, I guess. It's the first time I saw anything like that. It might have been along the lines of the one that appeared when the policeman dude shot my other character and then a ghost appeared. Maybe I'm about to get attacked by one of the other characters that got killed. Okay, so there's this shit here. I don't know what this wants, though. There's a hatch that's there that's blocking a hole in the wall. I feel like the likeliest thing that works with this is the shovel. But I mean, like, I don't want to take the shovel, nor do I want to open this fucking hole in the wall. Did it say bare hands? It did. So, last time before I make a choice. of the things that we can actually do at this particular moment, they are very few. We could take the shovel from the dead soldier's hands. I don't know if that's something that can get you killed. There's this hole in the wall of the room that definitely has something bad in it. I don't know how to open it, but the likeliest thing would be the shovel that the dead soldier is holding. But again, neither of those things feel like the right choice. The other thing we can do is this door up here that was blocked off. We can unblock it and open the door. I avoided it before because I thought it was definitely an insta-death. So those are really the two things we have on the table that we could try. I'm seeing a lot of support for shovel. I don't have the rib spreader anymore because we used it, so it got deleted. I think that it's just indicating that there's something in the room that I haven't done. But it did that for things that killed me, so that's not... Don't take that to mean that it's safe. I'm going to go with you guys because it seems like there's overwhelming support for shovel. But I hope you realize that shovel probably connects directly to this because there's no other use for the shovel that I'm aware of. Probably jam the shovel in there, use it as a lever to open that portal up into the hell room. So I can blame you now if we lose this character. We're doing it. But personally, well, to be honest with you, yeah, I feel it's a 50-50 shot. I don't know if one or the other is safer. They both seem really bad options to me. But we have no way of knowing. So. Which, again, I kind of like that aspect. In most other games, that would suck. But if you think about it, it kind of sucks that you never get to have consequences like this in games, usually, because it's so unfair that every player would hate it. But in this case, I feel like I like that this is here. Okay. We were so sure that Crying Girl is bad, that's true. No, there's no save scum in this. Lightweight but sturdy, it should be easy to use. Alright. It was safe. The soldier still has one of his grenades. Oh, fuck off. That's definitely a wrong choice. That's a wrong choice, right? Nothing should happen if I grab it gently. Should I take the grenade? Fucking no. No, fuck off. Eat my entire fucking colon. I don't know. What if it can? I would say 101% positive that trying to take the grenade leads to a death where you get blown the fuck up. 101%. Oh, fuck. I mean, you're presenting what sounds like a fairly likely possibility, and now I'm upset. Now I'm 1% sure. God damn it. Yeah, no, beer has a point, and I hate it. So, what the scenario could possibly be is that if you don't take the grenade, you just take the shovel, and you open the door, that you die. Fuck! Fuck! Fuck. You've broke my brain. I could totally see this game doing that, right? Where you take the shovel, you don't take the grenade, because the grenade's obviously scary, and then you come here, you open this fucking thing up, and you don't have anything to defend yourself, and you just get pulled into a little tiny hole in the wall as your body gets broken into a million pieces. But if you have the shovel and the grenade, you open it up, chuck the grenade in, kill whatever's in there, and you're good. And then you get to go back around and go in the room. Yep, that's how the chained door was. Yep, it was exactly like that. I would imagine that it's something that would be automatic if you just happen to have it in your inventory. So if you have it, you're saved. If you don't, you die. This game, man. I don't think I can blame chat. I think I have to blame the game at this point. Well, that's not what I expected. So it is the shovel, but it wants me to have something else to keep it propped open? It can't be the grenade. It can't be. Look, that's the only other thing apart from that door that we should definitely never open, right? Oh, God. Well, the door that we aren't opening is shut with a board. A board makes sense for propping open the hatch. Now, if I had the thing, it would have let me do that. So it's basically saying I don't have anything that can prop it open. I'm so No, I don't necessarily have to open the door. Well, I don't know what'll happen. But this seems I honestly don't fucking know. But a grenade is not a prop for a hatch. We know that much. You think I'm overthinking it? I once again blame the game. Because the game has done some things to me, man. Alright? There's a reason that I'm thinking this way. It's boarded up for a reason, man. But I'm almost positive that this is what we need for the hatch. Oh, it went to a cutscene.
Good. Now I can keep exploring this area.
Well, the door didn't blast open. And I don't get to use the board. So it wasn't the board. I don't hear anything. Yeah, but I mean, just the fact that it's boarded shut implies that it's dangerous. We haven't instantly died, but I hear a weird sound. Oh, fuck. Oh, it's the graveyard. What is making this unfortunate noise? I'm trying to move the camera around carefully. Kind of wishing I hadn't updated my driver, man. These hitches and shit are the fucking pits. Excuse me, what was that? Y'all heard that, right? That wasn't the wind. That wasn't a fucking owl. That was not a goddamn owl. That was a fucking human-like moan. There was a voice that went... Oh, was that fucking... It was a fucking alert. Tringard, Tenosis, thank you for the biddies. I'm not sure now. I think some of that was in the game. A wolf? I'm not fucking sure. It keeps happening though. And those are not alerts. Whisper Dan, thank you for the biddies. Oh, God, it kind of sounds like a wolf, but it kind of sounds humanish. I should be able to pry open any grave with the spade I'm carrying. Why would we do that? Why would we do that? Nothing. Just an old stiff buried here.
Empty. I don't have time to desecrate all these old graves. I'd better think this through.
Don't we? Don't we have time for that? There's got to be consequences for just doing that willy-nilly, right? Okay, I'm pretty sure those are just ambient wolf sounds now. I'm almost positive. There's so much rust on there that the key and the lock have fused together. I can't open the gate like this. This feels like the jungle. I'd need a machete to get through here. Tenosis, thank you for those biddies. The environmental design here is very impressive. I almost missed this. I'd try too if I were that angel. I hate this because I've been warped by Doctor Who. All of this creaking can fuck off. Good lord. I guess it must be that tree, but fucking hell. This is where we came from. Jesus Christ, this environment is so unsettling. I mean, as intended, of course, but fuck. Sealed shut. Good to know. Tenosis, thank you for those biddies. Weeping Angel. It's disheartening. So many graves. I don't know what ones I need to open. It's a good thing you're just statues and can't perceive the fear I feel right now. Right? God, where are we even going? This is way off-road. Axes, knives, handsaws, and other sharp tools. The blades are all darkened unevenly. Unsure if bad sounds. I don't know if you're right about that. There were scratching sounds. Didn't you guys hear the scratching sounds? I'm not crazy, am I? Scratch, 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 scratch. Kind of sounds like wings, maybe? Flittering? That made the light turn on. So a bronze color? This is gold, right? Yeah. It's concerning that that light turned on. I think what unsettled me the most is the lead up to this area. You know? It's not just the area itself, it's the everything up until this point. So are there clues around that indicate which grave we should be opening? This statue is like pointing, right? That one's pointing this way. And then there's a statue here, again, pointing this way. But then we kind of run out of statues and graves. Like, there's a dead end down here with 3 graves. Oh god, look in the distance. Do you see that in the tree? Maybe this one? I hope there isn't any big bad consequence for being wrong. I've already done one without consequence. Nope, wrong again. Hey, cut that out, buddy. I think maybe the statues are meaningless. He's full of shit. I'm just gonna open them all. Right? God, this camera. It does seem like a great way to get killed. That did not open. Oh well. Like, I could see it being like, the number of graves you open that were not the correct grave that we wanted you to open is the number of things you have to fend off later. Something like that. Like, you shouldn't have opened up all these graves, you fucking idiot. Quickly running out of graves here. Down to the last 3. Sound got cut off. Pardon? Did I do it wrong? Did I miss one somewhere? Well, I'm at a loss now. Fuck's sakes.
I gotta hide.
Oh, right across the room.
Someplace to hide nearby. Bloody hell, that was close.
I don't know what to do. Blah, blah, blah. Keys. Blah, blah, blah. Cannot waiver. Orders. Da, da, da. No. Mm-mm. Yeah, this is a separate inventory for notes. It's amazing to me we only have one key so far. The prior within himself insists. So that's the gold key that we have. The abbot trusts a figure. A statue? Victorino, where the air is thinner, and I in the abyss. Well, so Victorino, it would be high up, and the last key down low. This is Victorino. This doesn't help. Man, none of this speaks of those plants. Is that just a puzzle you're supposed to figure out of nothing? Even if I take the grenade at this point, I don't know what I would be using it on. Blow the gate open? But when I tried to use the spade, he said, well, let's not overdo things now. So I feel like if you really want to overdo things, you need that grenade. I have to confess, I am quite stuck. We have the Prior's ornate key. As the poem said, it was within him. We have pruning shears, which I haven't been able to use on anything yet. We have the sapper's spade. Bellows. And a lantern filled with liquid fuel. No idea of its use yet. He did mention needing a machete out there. I didn't try using any item on it, but I do have the shears. I could try using the shears. That's a thought. It didn't really mark that spot, though, as mattering. I don't know. It's worth a shot, I guess. I tried putting the lantern in the oven. It would not let me. Uh, yeah, it doesn't work. No, they're open. I tried the shears on the lock, and it said no. I'll try them now again. I'll try everything. Let's not overdo it. I'd probably break the spade or the key without opening the gate. Nothing I have works. I haven't got any brilliant ideas here, I must say. I'm coming up blank. The bellows go with the oven, I believe, because of the fact that the oven is being powered by a low fire, which seems to indicate that it wants the fire to be stoked with the bellows. The lantern, I have no idea. Shears, I have no idea. And the key is definitely one of the 4 keys that we need. Yeah, it's about removing the rust for sure. You know what? I just realized I've never come out here in the center. There could be anything out here. Maybe this is my problem. Yep. I bet you we get something from the well here. Oh my god, it's a whole nother area. It's pitch black in the well. There's a staircase, but I can't see where they end. Should I go down there? Oh god. This bucket is set up for lowering things into the well. I'm sure I can use it for something. This. Well, how do I light it? I've never looked at this either. There we go. Brilliant. We did a big think. All right.
Now I can go down the well. Let's see where it leads me.
The lantern is lighting up the well and it doesn't look too deep. Should I go down the stairs?
All right. Let's do this.
Well, here's what you missed, Nee. Yeah, Richie said it. Oh, I can't even bring up the map to reference it.
I'd rather just read.
This place looks awesome and horrible. And if it's still referencing amnesia, the water is going to be a problem. I had to check for bits to see if that wasn't Tenosis again. What's going on in this fucking place? Damn. It's that time. I should leave this for next time. But this place is just yelling at us. Like, it's openly got something bad inside of it. This environment, by the way, holy shit. Okay. Well, we'll be coming back to this tomorrow, so this is kind of a perfect point. Little cliffhanger to leave it at. Every gate is broken in the exact same way. That can't be your usual wear and tear. Yeah, this is gonna be good. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna let it go for now. I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for hanging with me. Thanks for chatting with me. That was fun. Good convo. I enjoyed it. So have a great night, everybody, and I will see you next stream.